name is Taylor and I was at Dreamscheme for 5 to 6 years. Where Dreamscheme was based in the Braniel was in the community centre. I knew people from just living in the Braniel and they all sort of mentioned, oh, there's things starting Dreamscheme. It's on Thursday nights. Yeah, they all said, just go to it, there's leaders, it's a bit of crack, and if you go long enough, they take you to events. And at that age, I was into boxing, and I think the first night was boxing. So they're like, you want to come along? I was like, yeah, 100%. Not completely, but it took me off the streets a lot more from being out in the streets and doing, kid things, rapid and run, throwing stones at buses, and just doing like stupid things as a kid would do. So it probably took me off the street and give me a bit more of a friendship group than just having 2 or 3 people that you get into trouble with. But yeah, I think the main leaders that sort of stuck out was obviously Duke, and then a guy called Callum and Jane, who are now married, they were dating each other. And those were sort of 3 big leaders that made a big impact on me. Dreamscheme is a bit different from, it has an aura about it. And the aura is that it has, a church backing. It's not just the usual youth groups that you might find where it's, you have youth workers who are nice people, right enough, but might not have church backgrounds. And, it was pretty clear that they didn't want you out doing things and they cared about you. I think the caring was the biggest part of Dreamscheme that I would say is the biggest difference that puts it different from a different youth group. I mean, I've been to many youth groups and some of them just don't care. They just want you to come there for the night and then you can do whatever you want after. Dreamscheme was different. Dreamscheme was, oh, what were you doing this night? What were you doing that night? How was your weekend? How was school? What are your hobbies? There was always questions and there was always a further sort of meaning behind what they were asking. It wasn't just, small talk. It was always, what are you going to do with your life when you grow up? And they really meant it. It wasn't just that they wanted to chat. It was that they were like really interested in you as an individual. And it was everybody. I think everybody can feel that from Dreamscheme. If I hadn't went to Dreamscheme, I wouldn't have met Belshaw or the Browns, and I wouldn't have went to Breakout, then I wouldn't have went to camp. And then flowing into the camp, I then was a young person at camp and I've done a decade of camp, done 10 years of it. It was just a bridge. If I hadn't went to Dreamscheme, I'd have never probably found my faith again.